Hi, hi. It's me. Looking rough as normal, but it might be even more difficult this video because I've still got some issues with my eyes, and it's just I don't think they're that bad, but where I'm just very sensitive at the moment is it's just making it hard to see. So that should hopefully sort itself out in the next few days. In the meantime, I'm just getting on with stuff, lockdown and everything, and the situation with my eyes is just making it difficult. So thought I'd take the time to do something a bit different and make a video. It's probably going to be really difficult watching me, so maybe if you want to put this on in the background while I tell a story. If anybody still listens, and I can share. I'll keep it very simple, very light, very to the point. It's a spiritual concept. Can't remember the title. What did I say? Conspiracies, alien invasions, COVID, and a possible solution. So I'll share nonetheless. So this is a current working snapshot of where my mind is in terms of viewing the world in a spiritual perspective, and it's just one possibility of what is actually taking place. But no, I appreciate sorry, I'm just in a bit of discomfort. I just need to take 30 seconds. Yes, so it's a spiritual perspective of reality of what could be taking place in such a crazy time. So, first of all, conspiracies. What am I meaning when I'm talking about conspiracies here? I'm meaning Illuminati, society, but I'll just be very specific, and the specificness is movies, how they program and indoctrinate society on an unconscious level. For instance, often the people in charge, at times close to going to war, so before the war's actually even started, an influx of war movies will start to be put out there to society. I think on a subconscious level it really does entice people for war. You know, seeing a movie glamorized and glamorizing war, glamorizing violence, killing. Yeah, we're in the right. We're gonna win. The other people are wrong. They're bad, so to speak. Sorry, as you can tell, I am in discomfort at the same time, so I'm getting a little bit distracted. But yeah, so that's the concept of the conspiracies, and That's to be honest, I think that's widely accepted. I got the information from myself from David Icke. He talks it a bit more in detail with Disney and how they use phallus-shaped objects and quite a few sexual imagery hidden within their movies. And obviously the age range that we're talking about, it's not really appropriate, is it? And that's possibly a reason I don't watch movies that much. I'm very wary about what information goes into my head, where does it come from, the millions and millions and billions that gets pumped into the movie industry to select a few chosen scripts to make a Hollywood blockbuster of. It's all got to come from somewhere, doesn't it? So that's the conspiracy side. Now, with movies, as I said, I've had this in mind over the years when I've watched movies, and I just allow myself to consume the right type of movie. I won't watch horrors, for instance. I don't believe it's good for my mind. Drama, you can tell what I'm trying to get at. I'm very selective about what I choose to put into my head through my eyes. Now, one of the movies that has stuck into my mind, and it was probably aimed for the teenager market, and it was probably released about 10 years ago. So this is how you can work out from movies, for instance, what's gonna take place and when. So I didn't even realise this before I decided to make the video. But if you watch for instance, a movie for an adult or more, that's normally the next 2, maybe 3 years of development in the world. And coming back to teenagers, you're probably looking at anywhere between 5 and 10 years, because it is a PG rating, so the graphicness, the message needs to be a bit more subtle, a bit more hidden. And it makes sense to me that a movie for a teenager would take around between 5 and 10 years to come into a reality. So just for instance, if we're watching movies on war right now, we know that chances are 2021, 2022, there's going to be some new development with war going to take place. But to prepare the minds of teenagers, what they need to do, they need to come at it sooner, because a lot of teenagers won't have the ability to go and watch these older movies. So they take a movie that's not necessarily about war, for instance, and I'm just talking about war. It could be about anything on a world level. But they will hide that message within war, or they'll make it a lot more playful. And they might set it back 5 years if it's war, for instance, because they can make it playful. But the more subtle a message, the more you see what I mean. And they can plan from teenagers, the release period, the appropriate release period, and for children again, the same thing, working up from the age level that the movie is meant for. So this specific movie, it was meant for teenagers, and it was around, I don't know, I watched it on TV, I think, about 5-6 years ago. So it was probably 8-9 years ago that it was released. And it's really stuck with me. In this movie, essentially it consisted of an alien invasion, and these aliens come down like little, I don't know, vesica piscas. I'm pronouncing it wrong. You know the shape, the like teardrop. They come down like a teardrop shape from the sky, teardrop shape of energy, and they affix to humans on the back of the neck. And the back of the neck is where all the really the nervous system is controlled by. That's where the focal point, as I understand, is in the body. And they come down from the sky, and they take humans captive. But they're really advanced, obviously. If they're an alien race, they can come here from wherever they are. And they're switched on, and they it's ironic because they created a society, a system, where there was no money, you know. They just go into shops, whatever they need, they pick up, they put in, and they walk out. So they've got to have something pretty switched on. They're not just me, myself, and I, because there's obviously some sort of inclusiveness in this element of the movie. I can't. The long and short of it is, I can't remember how humans created an uprising. But essentially, what happened is the crux of the story is that I can't remember which way around it was, but essentially there was a human that fell in love with the alien within the body of another human. She was able to communicate and fall in love with this alien entity. And through that, I think they managed to create a bond, create a relationship, and they actually found a way to remove these aliens and send them back home safely, because I think the humans in the guerrilla uprising were managing to remove them, but obviously we saw them as bad, so we just removed them any which way, you know. We just like cut them out, and it was brutal for the aliens to see. It's like a murder for them. And anyway, through this mutual understanding, they managed to coax the alien from the human bodies and then send them back home. Lucky enough for this girl that fell in love with this specific alien, the body that the alien had inhabited, they found a new body, a body that wasn't able to reawaken after they removed the alien. So what they did, they just took the alien from this other planet, put it in this body that was going to die anyway, and it was a love story as well. So if this is in fact COVID, another way of saying COVID, because back of the neck, nervous system, I've been having nervous system problems this year. I don't know about anybody else, but breathing and all of the rest. If this is an alien way of saying, look, we've invaded you, I'm saying, well, look, here's a possible answer. So the answer to the coronavirus, according to conspiracies in this movie, is for one of you who have a life, for one of you to fall in love with this alien, to see the alien in humans, and yeah, I think the house of cards should fall down thereafter. So it's a bit synesthetic, but that appeals to my mind. But at the same time, it really does relate to the rest of my understanding of spirituality. And all you have to think about is like some alien race acting like a loving parent, and they're willing to beat the shit out of their child if the child acts up. And if we look at the world, we are fucking acting up big time. And they will beat us until we see sense. But it's ironic. It's ironic, you know. It's like the store in this movie where they literally walk in, they pick up whatever they want and walk out. It's like being reflected in society already, you know. It's like Amazon have designed that shop, and as much as yes, you need to have a credit card and all of that registered, it's the same concept. And I'll leave up to you what you make out of it. I've shared something. I'm in a position now I can continue with my tattoo where I couldn't before. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to waffle a little bit to... How does it work, man? I'm literally lying there in pain, can't do a thing, and I decide, look, let me make a video. I make a video and I'm able to continue. I don't know, anyway.